Hey, Steve Magnante here at High-Octane Classics in Auburn, Massachusetts with a 1968 Ford Mustang GT Coupe. Now, 1968 was the first year for something special under the hood, the first year for the 302, which is an overboard 289. These made 230 horsepower, and an additional $171 graduated you to the 302 4-barrel. And again, this engine right here, the J code in the 5th spot of the VIN, J code, 1 year only, 1968, right here under the hood. We'll check that out in a moment. Now, of course, the GT package debuted in 1965 and was sportier than lesser Mustangs. And for 1968, GT meant special wheels. These wheels, in fact, were seen for the first time on Mustang GTs, the 11-slot wheels right here. The center hubcap has the GT logo right there. And regardless of transmission, the GT logo here said GT. In 1967 and before, the automatic transmission Mustangs had a GTA designation, but they all became GTs when the GT package was specified. It was $146, well spent to add a lot of spice to the external component of the car. With that said, the transmission is a C4 automatic, nothing wrong with that, not a stick shift in this one, so the good news is if you can't drive a clutch car, you can drive this one, no problem. And of course the graphics on the side right here, very indicative of a GT, you can see them from a mile away. Also new for 1968 were corner reflectors right here, front and rear. They appeared to satisfy federal safety standards, and there you have them right there in 1968 for the first time. Also, 1968 was the first year that Ford got rid of the horizontal bars in the grille, giving the snout a much cleaner look than a lesser, a 67 Mustang, if you will. And of course, there's the running pony going left, which is the international run left on championship horse racing, and that's the whole point of the left-hand running horse. And there's never a Mustang with the horse going the other way. That's not here. Maybe down under? Not really. But anyway, so under the hood, let's have a peek and see what we find in that J code 302. There we go. So a lot of people think of the 302, they think of the Boss 302 of 1969 and 70, but this is a 302, and again, it's basically a 30 thousandths over, or stroked, excuse me, a stroked 3-inch stroke, 289. Very potent little engine, 230 horsepower, 1 year deal right here. Small 4-barrel carburetor right there, a Holly in the case of this one here, and a nice sweet running car. Aftermarket air conditioning, no problem with that. With the black vinyl top on this one, it would be a warm car on a California or an August or even a Massachusetts August afternoon, so no harm then. And this one has power front disc brakes, which were an option. They were standard when you got the 390 engine in your GT, but on this one here, it's an extra cost option from the factory. So a great example right here of a 1968 Mustang GT. And of course the GTs came with these pseudo running lights, road lights right there, which also double as directional lights. And then we go inside this one and see what we find. And inside, the sporty Mustang has bucket seats, although on non-GTs you could actually get a front bench seat if you really wanted it, but of course we have the buckets on this one, center console, and here is the shifter right here. I like how it says 1-2 drive, red, green for go on the drive logo right there, and at night that lights up kind of sweet. C4 automatic under the transmission tunnel, and basically 120 mile/hour speedometer, and some extra gauges. Well, factory gauges are in place, and here's the aftermarket air conditioner duct right here and at the bottom of the dash on each side. An aftermarket AM FM cassette player right here installed, no harm there. Kind of nice, and again, nicely done restoration interior. A lot of these goodies are available from CJ's Pony Parts and companies like that, so you can get basically a brand new interior in your older Mustang to reverse the wear and tear of the decades. Now here is the Marti Auto Works, the Marti sheet, or the Marti report right here, and it tells us that this car was built on February 15th of 1968, and all the options and things and all the things that are baked into this one. Around the back of the car, another noteworthy feature is the GT specific fuel filler right here with the word GT, or the logo letters GT, Grand Touring or Gran Turismo, not GTO, that's Pontiac. But you just do this and it opens right up. Unlike earlier Mustangs where that would have been on a tether and unscrewable, it just pop on like that. And then also GT included dual exhaust with valance exits right here, quad tips. And again, the GT group is only available on 4-barrel 302s and 390s. No 2 barrels, no single exhaust cars. So again, you know, kind of a nice personal luxury pony car with some muscle flair. Now again, this is the first year for the 302, and the 302 4-barrel, a 1-year deal. Although the 302 4-barrel would come back later with the station wagon engine in the 1980s or thereabouts. But here it is right here in the debut in the Ford Mustang. To learn more about this 1968 Mustang GT Coupe, go to the High-Octane Classics website and check out the photo gallery.